Hello students. So students, in the previous class, we were talking about that of the motion. And in the motion chapter, students, we had discussed the distance and displacement. Distance is what? It is the total path covered by an object that we called as a distance. And displacement is something which is, it is a quantity which is actually measured by the shortest distance covered by the object between the initial and the final position. So you see student, displacement is what? It is the shortest distance from that of the initial and the final position. Now, if we talk about the displacement, if you compare that of the distance and the displacement from each other, you will find that distance is what? It is a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity is what? It is a quantity which is having only magnitude. And displacement, it is a vector quantity since it is having magnitude as well as direction. So distance is having magnitude only and displacement is having magnitude and displacement both. So it is a scalar quantity, it's a vector quantity. We have also seen that how can we find the distance and the displacement. Later on, we have seen that what is the type of motions are there, students. So basically, there are two types of motion. First is uniform motion and second is the non-uniform motion. Uniform motion is that motion in which an object travels equal distance in an equal interval of a time. That is called as a uniform motion. And non-uniform motion is what? In which the object travels unequal distance in an equal interval of a time. That is called as a non-uniform motion. So in case of a uniform motion, we have seen here that the kind of a graph that we got, student, it is a straight one. So the kind of a graph that we got in a uniform motion, it is a straight line. Okay, that is a straight line. In case of a non-uniform motion, we got a curved line. That is what? That is a non-uniform motion, right? So one is the uniform motion, another one is the non-uniform motion. We have also seen that how does it occur. Now, before we go, let me tell you one more thing about the non-uniform motion. So I told you the kind of a graph which is formed in that of a non-uniform motion is what? It will be curved one. So what kind of a curve that you will get from the non-uniform motion? So it is what, student? This is the distance and this one is what? This is the time. Okay, this is the distance and this is the time. Now what happened? If suppose this is 0, this is... So I told you that if this is what? This is 2, this is 4, this is 6 and this is 8. And at the first half, it is means 1, 2, 3. So at 1 second, if it is at 2. The second, it is at 3. Then at, so it will be at 3. So at second distance, it is at 3. Then at third one, it is at 8. So here, I will write it as a 8. So basically, the kind of a curve that we get here, student, it will be like this only. So this is the kind of a curved graph. So this is the one in which the distance is actually increasing with respect to time. And that is why the curve is going at the upward direction. The curve can be like, this is 0. Again, I am writing here it is time. This is the distance. This is 2. This is 4. This is 6. This is 8. Finally, it can be 10 also. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5 and 6. So suppose at first half it is at 2. Then at second hour, then you will find that it is at 4. Okay, and then again at third it is at 5. At 4 second you will find that it is at, it is traveling with a, it is to travel a distance of a 4 meter only at 4 seconds. At 5th second, you will find that it is at 3 meter. It travels a distance of a 3 meter. Okay. At 6th one means it travels a distance of a 3 meter. So if you join this graph, so what kind of a graph that you will get, student? It will be like this. So you can see here that what kind of a graph it will be. It will be like this is what? This is also a non-uniform motion in which the distance is decreasing with respect to time. So the graph can be anything. It can be a curved. Whenever it will be curved, it will be a non-uniform motion. It means body is moving with a non-uniform. It is showing the non-uniform motion. Okay, it means the distance is varying with respect to the time. Now here, if we are talking about the distance, student, remember that distance can increase, can decrease with respect to time. If it is increasing, then we get the curved at the moving in the upward direction. If it is decreasing, then we will get the curved which is at the pointed at the downward direction. So both of them are representing the non-uniform motion. Remember that it is never like that this is only the graph of a non-uniform motion. It can be that same. If we are getting a curved line, that is a non-uniform motion. Now it varies that whether the distance with respect to time is increasing or decreasing, student. Okay, so this is a graph of a non-uniform motion. Moving on, and we will see the another one. What is the another one? And that is, let us try to understand the speed, velocity and acceleration. So I will start with the first one, and that is speed. What is the speed, students? So, okay, so whenever a car is moving, you will say that the speed of the car is quite fast. It means it is traveling very fast. The car is moving very slow. The car is moving, okay, average, average means not very fast, not too slow also. So whenever we are describing that a car or any vehicle is moving very fast, or if a athlete is running very fast, or athlete is running very slow, or you are walking very slow, you are walking very fast, here we are talking about the speed. It means that the speed of the person is very low. The speed of the car is very fast. The speed of the train is very, very fast. The speed of the train is very slow. So this is what, this is actually, we are talking about the speed. So what does the speed tells? Speed tells that how an object is very fast or how it is slow. So whether the object is moving or showing a slow motion or a fast motion, that we can describe with the help of the speed here. Okay, so we can write it, that is, that the speed gives us idea the speed gives us idea of how slow or fast that body is moving. Okay, so basically speed is telling that whether how this body is moving, whether it is moving very fast or it is moving very slow. Okay, so speed is telling us, it is giving us idea that how slow or the fast a body is moving. Now we can define a speed, that speed is what? Speed of a body is the distance traveled by it per unit time. Distance traveled by it per unit time is actually the speed. Okay, so speed is equals to distance per unit time. So we can represent it with the help of a formula, and the formula is we can represent it by speed is equals to distance traveled upon time taken. Distance traveled upon time taken. Now we can represent the speed here, students, with the help of the symbol. So if you talk about the symbol itself, so speed is represented by S, okay, and distance. So here we will take speed is equals to V, okay, is equals to distance traveled. Distance is represented by S and time is represented by small t. So V is equals to what? V is equals to speed upon time. So we can write it here that V we have considered it as speed. S is equals to distance traveled. And T is equals to time taken. Okay. So if suppose the question is that a car is moving 100 km at 4 hours, so what will be the speed of the car? So simply you have to put the value. So the distance traveled by that of the car is 100 km and the time it is taking to cover 100 km is 4 hours. So this is what? This is at a kilometer. This is represented as hour. So the answer, it will be 25, and we will write it here 25 kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour is what? It is the unit in which we are representing the speed. Okay, so speed is equals to distance upon time, and distance is represented. If we have taken the distance in kilometer, remember that the time will be in hour. What are the different units in which we can measure that of the speed, students? So now we will see here that what is the SI unit of that of the speed. So basically we have taken here kilometer per hour because the distance is there in the kilometer and the timing is given in the hour, and that is why we have taken it into that of the kilometer per hour. But actually when we talk about the SI unit, we know that the SI unit of the distance is what? That is V is equals to distance. SI unit is meter, which is represented by small m. And SI unit of time taken is second, which is represented by S. So V is not only represented by kilometer per hour, but it is represented by its SI unit, that is meter per second. Okay, this is what, student? I am writing it here, meter upon second. Okay, meter and second. So speed is represented by meter per second here. Okay, this is the SI unit. We can take a very small value of the speed because see, if the value is very large, if we are considering a distance of a very large or a long distance, then we will use the kilometer per hour. If it is mentioned that we should measure it in a SI unit, then we will measure it into the meter per second. But if the speed that we have to calculate is of very small distance, then instead of using meter, we can also use here, that is centimeter. Centimeter upon second. So instead of using the meter, we will use here centimeter per second. Okay, so these are what? These are the different units that we use in order to measure the speed of an object. If it is a long distance, large distance, so we will use their kilometer per hour. If it is mentioned that we have to measure it in the SI unit, then we will use the meter per second. And if it is a small distance, very small distance, so for that we will use the centimeter per second. It is quite important to mention the SI unit, students, because the SI unit help us in telling that what is actually the quantity is talking about. Means what it is talking about, whether it is the speed or that of the velocity or the acceleration. You will always find that the SI unit varies with the different quantities. So it is really important to mention the SI unit. Okay. Now, before we go further and try to understand some of the questions which is related to the speed, let me tell you a few things. I hope you all are very familiar with the term, that is speedometer and odometer. Speedometer and odometer. What is the speedometer? If whenever we will find the speed of an object of a car moving with an instant time, with a time, that is called as the speedometer. You have seen in your vehicle these two are there. If this odometer tells that what is the how much distance has been traveled by the vehicle, and speedometer tells that what is the speed at that particular at that instant of time. So with the help of the speedometer, you can see whether it is moving at a very high speed or a very low speed. So we can say here that the speed of the car speed of the running car, we can say speed of the running car at any instant of time. That is called as the speedometer. It can be seen with the help of the speedometer. And this speed is given in the kilometer. It is given in kilometer per hour. Okay, that is given in kilometer per hour. What about the odometer? So, the distance travelled by the car. The distance travelled by the car. The distance travelled by the car is measured by an instrument called odometer. That is called as the odometer. So speedometer is what? The speed of the car at that instant of time, and odometer is the distance travelled by it at that particular, with the help of the instrument. Okay, so this is about the speedometer and odometer. Moving on, and we will see another topic which is related to speed. Now that is average speed. Average speed. What is the average speed, students? So it is the total distance travelled by an object. So total distance travelled by an object upon total time taken is what? That is the average speed. The total distance travel upon total time taken is what? That is average speed. So we can say here that is, you see students, when the car or any vehicle is moving in a traffic, then the speed we cannot measure it by with the help of a single distance, but we need all the distance which is covered by it. So that will be what? That will be the total distance, and the total time it taken to complete that distance will help in giving the average speed. So whenever the question is there that how can you find the average speed, so we will find it with the help of the total distance travel upon total time taken by the object. Now there is another one, student, and that is a uniform speed. What do we understand by uniform speed? So uniform speed is what? A body has a body has a uniform speed if it travels equal distance in equal interval of time. In equal interval of time. Equal distance in equal interval of a time, no matter how this interval may be. No matter how this interval may be, that will be what? That will be the uniform speed. So we are able to measure that a body has a uniform speed, student, if it travels equal distance in an equal interval of a time. That will be what? That will be the uniform speed of a body. Okay, like if we will say here, that is, so we can say here that a distance is equal. If suppose a car is moving with a 60 km per hour, which means the car is moving 30 km at a half hour or 15 km at quarter half. So basically it travels 1/60 km per second. Okay, so this kind of a uniform speed is what? That is a constant speed. And this kind of a speed, naturally we do not find it because the car never or any vehicle do not move at a uniform speed. Okay. So these are the speed, student. That is what is the speed, what is the average speed, as well as what is a uniform speed. Now let us see that what kind of a question can be asked related to the speed. So, question is, a scooterist, it means the person who is driving scooter. A scooterist covers a distance of 3 km in 5 minutes. 3 km in 5 minutes. Calculate his speed. Calculate his speed at first one in centimeter per second. So I am writing in a short form, students. That is in centimeter per second. Also in meter per second, also in kilometer per hour. Okay, so we have to find it, the distance traveled by it. So first of all, we will try to solve this question. What are the things which is given here? Distance is given, and distance is given in 3 kilometer. Time is given here, student. Time is given in 5 minutes. Right? What we have to do, at first we have to calculate in a centimeter. So we will convert the kilometer into centimeter. We know that 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. And 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. So 1 kilometer will be equals to 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeter. Right? Okay. So this will be what equals to 1 kilometer will be equals to 1 lakh centimeter. So this is the conversion we have done for centimeter. You can see here the time is given in minutes, so we can convert the time also. So let me convert this also. So if 1 kilometer is equals to 1 lakh centimeter, so 3 is there. So 3 kilometer will be equals to 3 lakh centimeter. So we have converted the kilometer into centimeter. Now let us see what about the time. Time is given in 5 minutes and we know that we have to convert it into second. We know that 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. So 5 minutes will be equals to 5 into 60 seconds. That will be equals to 300 seconds. So here 5 minutes will be equals to 300 seconds, students. Okay. So 5 minutes equals to 300 seconds. So we got it. Now what we have to do, we have to put it into the values. We know that speed is equals to distance upon time. So V will be equals to, what is the distance here? That is 3 lakh. And this is in centimeter and then 300 seconds. So these two will cut each other. This 3 will get cut and it will be 1000. So here the answer will be, that will be equals to, V is equals to 1000 centimeter per second. So speed will be, that will be equals to 1000 centimeter per second. So a scooterist, it travels a distance of speed is actually 1000 centimeter per second. Moving on, and we will see the next one. Next one is in the meter per second. So again, we will convert it into the meter. We know that the value is given in 3 kilometer and we know that 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. So 3 kilometer will be equals to 3000 meter. Okay. Time is given, this is the distance, student. Time is given in 5 minutes. And we know that 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. So 5 minutes will be equals to 5 into 60, that will be equals to 300 seconds. Now we get the values here, again putting the values in the formula. So we know that formula is V is equals to S upon T. Value of a distance is 3000 upon value of a time is 300. Here it is meter, it is in second. So these two will cut each other, here it will become 10. So the value of the speed that will come for meter per second is 10 meter per second. V is equals to 10 meter per second. Okay. So here the speed will be equals to 10 meter per second, students. Moving on, and we will see the kilometer per hour. So you can see here that already the distance is given in kilometer. So there is no need to convert it. What we have to convert here, minutes are given. Okay, 5 minutes. So we can write it here. The time is equals to 5 minutes. Now we have to convert it into hour. We know that 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes. What does that mean? It means 1 minute is equals to 1 by 60 hour. Right? So 5 minutes will be equals to 5 by 60 hour. Okay? Now simply we will put the value here, students. So we know that the speed can be calculated as equals to distance upon time. Now what is the value of a distance? It is the same, that is 3. What is the value of the time? It is 5 by 60. So 60 will goes in the upward, in the numerator it will become 3 into 60. Right? So we will now cut it. So what will be the value here? 12. So the answer that we will get, student, it will be 36 km per hour. Okay. So this is how you will get the value in centimeter, meter per second and kilometer per hour, student.